Hey everyone, we're the Bowers. I'm Craig,
And I'm Katie.
and we have been going to Charis Community Church since it began. We are part of the founding people, and it's been a real blessing, and it's been such a joy in our life for many years now, and we're so thankful for Charis and all the people and the pastors, and um, it's been quite a journey. We're very thankful for that. And just a little bit about us before we get into what's been going on around our house and our life the last 3 or 4 weeks. We have been married for, it'll be 21 years this June. And so it's such a blessing. And we've got a couple kids. Caden is 17 and Chloe is 13, and they both go to Cornerstone Christian Academy. And so yeah, it's we've got a couple cats. We've got a new addition, a hamster, and that's great.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so life's entertaining and crazy as everyone else's, I'm sure. So we just want to. I'm going to turn over to Katie for a couple minutes. She's just going to tell you a little bit about some of the things we've been doing around here and how the Lord's working in her life a little bit. So.
This has been a big adjustment for me personally. I am the type that has a to-do list every day, and the calendar is always full. There's always things that have to get done. So that has been the biggest adjustment for me because I can't leave the house very often. And when I do leave the house, it's a little bit nerve-wracking because just knowing that there's a possibility that I could get very ill or bring it home to my family. And I am a nurse myself. I'm not on the front line, but just wearing a mask into the store is very interesting, I must say. It feels strange, and I never imagined as a nurse that I'd be wearing a mask into a grocery store or a hardware store. But I haven't gotten out very much. I'm trying to limit my outings to about 1 to 2 times a week. And I honestly haven't even checked the calendar very often. And I thought the other day I better check it because what if I miss somebody's birthday or something like that? But I've been so occupied at home doing things around the house, which is another interesting thing. Craig and I are not ones to do home projects, and we have been very inspired because there's nothing else to do at home to do projects. So the first thing we took on was our master closet, and that ended up fine. Nobody got hurt or anything. And then we chose to try to stack our washer and dryer because we have a very small laundry room. And so that ended up fine, although it took hours, 4 or 5 hours. And we've put together a bed and a dresser and done things outside around the house that we never dreamed of doing. We're just like searching for things to do at this point. So it's been really good in that respect. We've grown closer together in communication and love. Mm-hmm. But the online schooling also has been a big adjustment for us. Caden is gung-ho about it, and Chloe would rather not do it. So she's been begging me to be homeschooled for probably the last 2 or 3 years. And so now she's getting a taste of that and wants to go back to school. And Caden recently said, I wish I could take online classes so that, I could use my time wisely instead of sitting in a study hall or doing PE or something like that. And so now he is like loving this. He says that he can just chill and get his work done all at once so then he can relax and not have to worry about the rest of the day. So for me personally, the daily devotions that have been sent out have been a huge blessing. I feel like I just look at my email and there it is. So I read it and it's very inspiring. So thank you to those of you who have written those. They've been very good for me and a huge blessing. It's also grown our family closer together. Just, doing devotions or doing the Zoom with the church and things like that. So that's a little bit about what's been going on here and in my life. So
Yeah, it's been nice to our son. I mean, being 17, we before all this, we hardly would see him. He's just gone a lot, friends and school things, and then all of a sudden, it's really nice to reconnect with him.
Mm-hmm.
We're seeing him every day, although he wakes up at 2:00 in the afternoon. But hey, he's here, and it's really cool. But for myself, I'm a chiropractic physician, and I was deemed an essential worker, so I could go into work. And I must say it was a real battle for me, being self-employed, having my own office in town. There was a few days where it was just a real struggle for me to figure out what to do in our family. I didn't want to be someone who went in and just felt like I had to see all my patients, and just because I needed to be there for them. Yes, I would have liked to. I chose not to because I just didn't want to risk someone getting ill and bringing that to my family or whatever. And it was really, really tough. But I think it was the right decision, and I had to really go through some things in my head, guys, as far as what was in my soul, what was I really, because I really wanted to go to work, and I had to think to myself, why do I really have to be there? Was it financial reasons? Was it just being busy? There were several things that went through my head, and finally God just pressed it upon my heart. You don't need to be there. Don't risk it for you and your family. And it was the right decision. I've been home, and I go into work a little bit just for some paperwork and some ordering some different things, and that's been nice. So God has really shown me some things, and also that, it's been almost 4 weeks now, and God's really shown me how much I miss my patients, and I miss them as people. And when I go back to work, I'll really appreciate them more than ever, and my staff and different things like that. But it's really nice to be home and connect with family, and God's been really just doing some really cool things. I've had a couple days, to be honest with you, that that were tough. Just things just hit me, and I just really wanted to get back to work, and I didn't want to be here, and I had a couple rough days. But God just, the next day, I was changed. I just asked God for forgiveness. My heart was kind of hard towards some people, and God took care of that. The next day, I was just right back to being very calm and relaxed, and just knew this was the right decision. So the biggest thing the Lord's doing is prayer. Been prayerful, and just connecting with my family. And we had a nice devotion as a family the other day, because I've just neglected some of that in my family, and it was really sweet, and God used it, and it was just a really cool moment for us, and to do that again. So that's kind of what's been going on around here, some real life stuff. So thank you, and God bless.